Welcome back to the channel, friends. It is great to be here, and I hope you're doing well. So today we're going to be taking a look at the demo version of Node Farm, and this is a game I would classify as a cozy farm roguelike. And essentially what we're doing here is we're building different nodes and essentially building a farm. And there's a lot of versatility, right? You can add extra islands in, you get sort of things that unlock for you as you go. It's a really interesting concept, and looking forward to seeing how this one develops. Thought this was a good fit for the channel because I know how much this community loves your farm roguelike games. So I've only completed the tutorial, right, which gives you a little crash course in how to play. Would highly recommend that. We're just gonna jump right on in and start a new farm. So while we're jumping in here, my friends, if you are enjoying the content here on the channel, then please consider becoming a subscriber. You can find the link for this demo version in the video description, of course. You can join the Discord as well. There is a link in the video description as well. And please give the video a like. All right, let's rock and roll here. So we got a nice little plot of land here, right? You'll see these different tabs here. So these will actually become more populated as you progress. Essentially, we can buy a new island for 400 gold here. But to make money, we obviously have to make some crops. And at random intervals, these little gold bags show up. You just click them like a madman and you get some free gold there. Very nice. So let's get our first water well down. So we need some water for the crops, right? So let's go ahead and put that right there. Obviously you have to put it on water tiles. So we're going to be putting it on the water tile right here. And what you will see is this will start producing water. So obviously we have to connect water to the crops, right? So let's go ahead and get a corn plant down as well. We got another money bag here. So let's just click that, get some free cash. So we got a corn plant, right? And we got the water. So now we need a farmer to work the fields. So we're going to do it like this. And you'll actually see there is a node that's connected here now. And you can check that with this button here. Kind of gives you a transparent view so you can see your nodes. And you see the water going from the farmer to the field. And that will eventually grow the seeds into a plant that can then be harvested. Now, what we want to do is we want to sell our product for money, of course, and you do that at the marketplace. So let's get a market, and let's get it down like, how about something like right here on the corner? And then what you want to do is you want to build a node from your farmer to the market, although we can't quite get it there yet, so I'm actually going to add some more farmers. And we're going to add some more corn plants. And then these will actually all connect, so the one farmer is, and you'll see here once we explore the node. So you see how all of these nodes are connected. This means that the water from the water well here will eventually make its way all throughout these corn plants here and these farmers, right? Thus allowing them to grow. Now you're probably thinking, well, you should probably get some more water, and you're absolutely right. We're going to work on that in just a bit. But first, let's give our resources a place to go. So let's connect this farmer to the market. And you will see the product from all of these farmers will travel through this connection here and go into the market. And we're starting to make some money now, my friends. So very nice. But yes, let's get some more wells, right? And the more wells you have, the more water production you ultimately get. And you see a nice connection here. A bunch of water flowing through these fields here. Very nice. So let's go ahead and get a few more of these corn plants and a few more farmers as well. Let's just build a nice little cornfield. Looks like we have 7 plants coming up here. Another little money bag here. So essentially what you want to do to kind of propel yourself into the next phase of the game is you want to buy your first island, right? So we have to earn 400 gold to do so. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Maybe we can add some more water, right? Let's add a little bit more water and then look into saving up the 400 for a new island. So that's what we're looking at here, my friends. So let's just save up that cash money and monitor. Let's check the connections that we're making here. So we got all kinds of stuff just mainlining right into the market. So that looks real good. Gold bonuses showing up. We're almost at the 400 needed to purchase a new island. So definitely going to do that. Almost there, my friends. Almost there. And then essentially in buying a new island, what you're going to find is you will actually get another landmass that you can connect wherever. So let's select buy new island. And there's a few selections that we have. So different biomes, right? Different crops as well. So the first one is the autumn island here. It has increased potato growth. New nodes and recipes that are unlocked is of course the potato seed. This is also a biome that has salts and sand, okay? And then not only do you get the potato seeds unlocked, but you get a portable well, get some storage throughput, which is a buff for a storage unit, which we'll get into in just a little bit here. Get the veggie bridge and the water bridge. So all of this becomes unlocked if you purchase this land here. Let's check our other options though, right? So we have the desert island. Looks like the desert island has these pits in it. Interesting. So we can grow tomatoes here. Again, salt and sand, tomato seeds, the veggie bridge, storage throughput. We have the portable well, and then we have the multi-clicker, okay? And then last we have the olives, okay? So olives. Looks like there's another pit on this island here, but we have salt, we have sand, olive seeds, multi-clicker, water bridge, veggie bridge, and portable well. I think what I want to do here is I think we should probably go with the autumn island. Looks like we're getting the portable well in each one. We do get the multi-clicker here. Maybe we should go with the desert island and start growing these tomatoes. Yeah, I think I like that one a little bit better. And we get the storage throughput buff as well. Let's go with the desert island. And look at just the void spaces we have here. But as you see, we do have a new landmass that we can arrange wherever we want. And this is the cool part of this game. You kind of just build outward, right? And make these connections, which is pretty cool. I do like that functionality of the game. So let's go ahead and why don't we could probably patch it in like right here. I think this seems like a decent spot for it. All right, so we have a new landmass. We have access to some new crops and some new, buffs and buildings and whatnot, including the storage units. So the storage units are important because, as you see, we get market pricing now, right? Because we have multiple vegetables available to us. So obviously what you want to do is you want to sell high. So that means you need a place to store some of your crops when they're not selling high, right? And we can do that with a storage bin. So let's go ahead and get a storage bin down. Now what I want to do is I want to create a node from our cornfields into the storage area. So I'm going to actually, well, corn's selling good, so we'll wait on deleting that. Why don't I go ahead and, well, actually we should probably get this set up. So yeah, I think I'm just overthinking this. So let's go ahead and get this down and let's connect the farmer to the storage bin. And then we can put one of these price switches down and route the storage bin to the price switch and then the price switch to the market, okay? And then what the price switch can do is you can calibrate it. So I want to sell, I want this price switch to activate if corn is selling equal to or greater than $2, right? Otherwise, it's just going to remain in the storage. So we're going to remove this connection so it's not just mainlining to the market. And now what's happening is our corn is going into storage here. So you can see it's getting stored up. And then once that sell price goes to basically the price you identify with the price switch here, as long as those requirements are met, it will open up the floodgates and, release to the market again. So this helps you sell high, right? So let's get a couple of storage bins in here and let's start focusing on a tomato harvest. So I think what we want to do is we want to set up the same kind of deal here and instead focus on tomatoes, right? So let's go ahead and get some more farmers and tomato plants down. Obviously, we want to grow the tomatoes on the sandy terrain here. So in just screwing around with this just a little bit, I do know that you can eventually get a buff that allows a single farmer to work multiple fields. So I kind of want to build like a double field layout here. So let's start with something a little bit like this. So let's get our workforce down here. Getting a little expensive without question, but that's all right. So let's get some water to it, and you'll notice that we don't have enough range. Well, there's a way to fix that, and what we can do to fix that is we can put this water road. So what the water road will do is it basically extends the range of your water supply. So water supply to the water road, and then water road, of course, to the farmer. So now our crops are going to start getting water. You can see it happening right here, right? The water is traveling. The tomato plants will eventually grow. And then that's going to enable us to begin harvesting tomatoes, of course. So let's go ahead and do this. And obviously we want to add some more so we can adjust this node as necessary as our field expands to the right. But I think what we need first and foremost, before I do that, I actually jumped the gun just a little bit. Let's get a storage container down, of course. So storage container. Let's put that here. We don't have enough cash money. That's all right. And of course, the tomatoes are selling because they're selling at the price we have calibrated in our price switch. And that's kind of how this game works, right? Looks like we have some gold bonuses here. Very nice. That's kind of how this game works. And as we go on, so the next island is 1500. Looks like we have a black cat here. What does this do again? Place him on the boss island to get bonus money after finishing the boss. Okay, so the next island purchase we make will be a boss island. And the boss island essentially prompts you to create certain products to quote unquote defeat the boss. And you essentially defeat the boss by feeding the boss, which is kind of humorous to me. So you can see it won't let us put our farmer over this existing node, or this existing connection, I should say. So we actually do have to remove that connection, put our farmer in place, and then go ahead and make a new connection, right? So that's kind of how this game works. But it's cool that the nodes do connect with one another, right? So I don't need to reconnect nodes if I'm placing structures adjacent that are applicable. Alright, so let's collect our black cats here. We'll certainly throw the cats on the boss island once we get it unlocked. We're a little far off on that yet, though. And we have a notification that a resource can't go anywhere. Well, that means our storage is completely filled up, right? So let's add another storage box. And that will alleviate that problem. This game's pretty good about flagging you when there are issues, right? Something to get your attention quickly. So let's actually add another storage box here so we don't run into the same issue. And just plug in the tomato production directly into the new box that we just made. So I can envision this getting a little crazy once we get a bunch of different crops that we're selling, right? We have all these connections, all these fields being worked on and all that good stuff. What's this? The multi-clicker. So click it to click all connected farmers and wells. Okay. So I wonder if do we like throw this down right here? Maybe give it just a little bit of space. And then this is going to pump up the farmers. Am I right? Let's see. Let's just see how this works here. So will this like squeeze more resources out of our farmers and wells? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. It's throbbing. The heartbeat of the corn production, literally. Okay, so that must like boost up production. I guess I don't have a super firm understanding of that, but I would assume that's what it does. It has to regen for a moment after a click. Okay, so you see that little bar there. But it must be pumping up our production. Yeah, it looks like it. Very cool. Something to do while you're waiting for that income to generate, for sure. I think something we should do here, consider doing. So resources can't go anywhere for the tomatoes. Alright, so let's get a new storage box, for sure. To make sure we stay nice and proper. But obviously, once, the price is right for the certain crop, the floodgates do open up. And you can get these storage throughput buffs here, which will actually buff up the speed in which your storage unloads. So these are pretty nice, and they have a nice little circular radius around them. So in placing this here, we will actually get a buff up to all of our storage boxes. And it looks like we have some more capacity issues, so let's add another box. I'm going to throw that up here, actually. And I think what I want to do is I want to consider adding yet another tomato area. So let's add another box here. Let's add another farmer. Let's add another tomato plants. And let's put that in here and then this to here again. All right, we're looking good now. So faster storage. Buffs all storage in range. Sends veggies faster. And this... useful when you produce veggies fast. Okay. So I think we should probably get one of these as well. Why not? Just getting all buffed up here. Let's see. How's the water supply doing? Suppose we can pulsate this a little bit. Whoops. Suppose we can make use of this. Why not? I think we should probably add some more water, huh? So let's get some more water wells down. What do you say? And of course there are elements that buff up your water supply as well. So let's make sure this one's connected. It is. Alright, now we're good. So we're building nodes here, my friends. We're growing some crops. We're making some sales. What we're really looking forward to doing here is, let's get to the $1,500 mark and let's see what the quote-unquote boss fight is all about. So the veggie bridge here, from what I understand, so you can't cross nodes over things. So I can't, well, you can't make connections over things. Like I can't connect this farmer to this price switch because the storage box is in the way, right? So to alleviate that, you can use these bridges, which allow you to jump over other connections, right? Like I can't do something like this, right? It just doesn't work because it's crossing over this node. Well, if I wanted to do that, I could use a bridge. They're a little more expensive, but they can kind of help you put this jigsaw puzzle together that, you know, very much is this game. And this is, of course, the demo version, like I mentioned. It's free on Steam. Check it out if you like. Also, check out some other content on the channel if you enjoy farming roguelikes. We're playing several different ones here on the channel. So, give it a look if it's your first exposure to the channel. Welcome on in. It's good to have you. I'm actually going to put this right here so it gets the appropriate buffs. And I think we're looking good. We have 6 farmers on the tomatoes here, 7 on the corn. So I think we're in a good position to save up that 1,500. Actually, why don't we get another multi-clicker? Why don't we get that right here? Just connect our farmers to it. Might be able to connect the water to it as well. At least some of the water wells. We'll certainly see. Okay, looks like there's some obstruction there. That's okay. But we might as well pump up our tomatoes while the corn is just being sold directly, right? Get a little more cash. All right, so there's $1,500, my friends. I think what I want to do before we do that, though, let's get one more of these. Make it an even 2 and 2. And then we'll be ready to go and take on the quote-unquote boss fight. Let's see what this is all about. So let's go ahead and buy the island. All right, so what do we have here? So again, you know, you get new nodes and recipes unlocking for you. But this boss is going to want some of this product here. And this product, yeah, it looks like corn except for it is cooked, right? So another element to this game is you can actually make, you know, further processed products, right? So it's a lot like a farm roguelike in that sense, in that you can aim for higher value products, right? Well, this is no different, except for to defeat the boss, we have to feed the boss this particular item, right? And we get these nodes unlocked. For this, looks like we have dried tomato, okay? This is boiled corn. And this is boiled corn as well. So we get the faster well buff there. Farm faster and then more connections. So this is the farmer buff I was talking about. So I think I like this one. Auto clicker. Okay. Yeah, so there's some potential here, I do believe. So let's go ahead and get this boss island here. And then, of course, we're going to have to place it. So we're going to need boiled corn, right? So I think, obviously, we're going to need some corn to make that product work, not necessarily the tomato. So let's go ahead and put it adjacent to our corn island. I think it just makes sense. So let's go ahead and throw it right here. And now you'll notice that we do get the kitchen unlocked. So we need enough cash, of course. So let's pump these up a little bit. And then the kitchen will show us the way. It will show us the recipe to make boiled corn. There's going to be several different things that have to come together in the kitchen to create the boiled corn. So let's get the kitchen down first and foremost. And let's see here. So boiled corn requires corn, salt, and water, but it's got to be boiled first. So we have another building here. It's more of a function. It's the boiling function. So it has to go through the boiler first, those 3 ingredients, and then into the kitchen to make the boiled corn. And as you can see, it requires 30 ears of corn, 10 units of salt, and 50 units of water. So we have to get this connected to water. We have to get it connected to corn. We have to get this connected to salt. We can't get salt on the grass island here, but we can do it from the desert island below. So I think what we're going to have to do is look into sort of like a bridge, I do believe, and see if we can maybe get some salt production coming over this way. We also have to get the boiling function. So let's see if we can maybe just attach that to the kitchen itself. Yeah, there's a connection made there. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do. So, veggie bridge. Same as veggie road, but more costly and ignores connection collisions. Okay. So I think this is what we're going to have to do because you can get cooking resources. So I think we're going to have to do something like this. We can get a little salt production going on here. So let's get a few salt nodes. And let's see if we can just connect this to this. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that connection is made. So now I think what we have to do is we have to go ahead and put another road right here. Yep. Okay, so now the salt is going to travel. And then we have to do something like this. All right, so a lot of work to get that salt to the boiler. So why don't we go ahead and just get a few units of salt. Okay, so the water is being salted appropriately, right? Whoops. Don't press escape. Okay, yeah, so we do have salt here. That's good. So now we need water and corn. So let's go ahead and just mainline the corn directly into this connection here. So this should start providing corn, right? And then the water as well. So let's make sure this is all working appropriately. We're getting corn. No water yet. Don't know what this black line means here. Is this not working appropriately? It very well could not be working. Yeah, so we're not getting water. Okay, so let's see. What can we do to get some water here? Don't necessarily have a water bridge. Looks like we got another black cat here. Let's get these gold bonuses while I mull over my options here. Put the black cat right there. Okay, so this isn't working. Whatever this is, not working. So we do have a portable well. Okay. That might be our best option. Let's see. Yeah, we can't do that because it intersects this. And we don't have the bridge functionality that will work for it. What if we just connected this farmer to the boiler here? Will water travel this road? I think it will. Let's see. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So there we go. And I think that means we don't need this connection here. So let's get rid of that. And it'll just travel from this farmer here. So that's nice, but I do think that it's probably wise to get some more water. So let's go ahead and grab some more water. Got plenty of cash, actually. And then what we need to ultimately do is connect the kitchen to the ravenous monster, the Eye of the Hunger. The insatiable Eye of Hunger here. And you can see as we feed him the boiled corn that he so seeks, it fills up this little bar on the bottom here. And once it's all the way filled up, the quote-unquote boss is defeated, my friends. So I think we're going to need some more water. I think water's probably holding us back. Yeah, it kind of feels like it. Just a little bit. So let's go ahead and get some more water. Let's connect the water to the clicker, right? Get the gold bonuses when they pop up. And let's just pump up the water. Alright, so it's still a little slow. So we have to make a more efficient connection. I mean, maybe we do just put a portable well here as well. Looks like we got a lot of water going in there. Why don't I just completely fill up this zone? Maybe not completely, but... because we will get things that can buff up our water production as well. So I want to leave a little bit of room for those. But let's just keep doing this, and let's see, what else did we get? So an AND gate. Yeah, so this game does get a little bit complicated with the more, what do I want to say, complex structures, right? Auto clicker. Buff. Speeds up in range multi-clickers. So is this a way to like, is this a way to click multiple clickers at the same time? Let's see. Oh yeah, it sure is. That's real nice. But it looks like it takes a little bit. Oh, it's just automatically doing it. Oh, that is tremendous. That is very nice, actually. But yeah, this game does get a little complicated with some of these more advanced structures. Like road switches, filter gates, right? You get these gates and other things. It does make it a little more complicated, but that's alright. So we have some farmer buffs here. Farm faster. Absolutely, we want our farmers farming faster, for sure. And this is going to... can work in one more vegetable node. Okay, so this is going to empower us to put some more corn in here. Like so. So let's see. Is there a way to gain a little efficiency here? The auto clicker functionality is pretty cool though. I wonder if you can add like multiple. I guess let's give it a shot. Let's see, does it work? Okay, it worked there. Nope, it's not working doubly. So let's go ahead and just eliminate that. I think that's fine. Let's see, so how are we doing over here? What is holding us back? Is it water? Is it corn? It's probably corn when corn's selling well, right? So we do have some more corn plants here. I think that is probably the right choice to make. But how can we maximize just a little more? How can we squeeze a few more of these corn plants in here? I think that's the important thing to consider. Let's see, can we just bump this over one? Nope, we cannot. Let's see. What if we... I mean, we just can't place it there. It's just kind of compact, right? It's kind of tight. I suppose we could add maybe some more farmers just in general. Could probably do that. Let's see. Probably not. We're kind of constricted. Like, this salt line here is really taking up a lot of space. So I think what I can do, actually, is I can just eliminate this line right here. Make all of the corn go into the boiling pot, right? Unless that's not quite working the way I have in my head here. Let's see. So let's see. What do we got going on here? It should travel through this farmer here, but it doesn't appear to be doing so. So maybe it's not the corn that's holding us back. It's water. All right, well, let's get one of these. Portable well. Should produce water consistently. Let's connect it to this auto clicker here. But you can see how things get pretty convoluted, right? Okay, so this water is feeding directly into the kitchen there, which is creating an insufficient connection. There we go. Now we'll feed it directly into the boiler. Okay. All right, so we're getting a little bit more water here. The corn is actually doing pretty good. Salt may be holding us back just a little bit. Water kind of trickles in here and there as water typically does, right? So let's see if we can remedy that. And in doing so, let's carefully delete that connection there. Okay. I think we're looking a little bit better. Let's see if that does anything for our production. Seems like it's working pretty good. But we still got to fill up this bottom bar here, my friends. And we're really, we're operating in a very tight area here. And that is definitely one thing about this game that you got to be aware of. Space, right? You got to have the space to operate. And frankly, we have just used... We have a lot of stuff going on in a very tight space, I think is what I'm trying to say. So let me just add some more basic storage here. So now with the corn price low, we're going to have a lot of corn. I mean, we don't... Is there a connection between our boiler and our storage here? I don't think there is. So that might be what's going on. That might be the opportunity. So let's see if this does anything. I have a feeling it will. Yeah, the corn is coming in nicely, but it's the water that's slowly trickling in. Yeah, the corn's just nuclear now. But it's the water that's holding us back just a little bit here, my friends. If I could get a direct line, I just don't have... So there's a specific... So it's a bridge, but it's for water, right? And we just don't have it. Unless there's a way to reimagine this salt. I wonder if maybe we do... Because I could probably get a water connection like so. So do something like this. Let's try something like that. And then let's do something like this. That's not going to be able to cross over this line here. That's the problem we face. Yeah, that is the problem that we face. What if we did... What if we did this? And then deleted the main line here. And then made this connection. Whoops. Nope, don't delete. Okay, thank you. Let's make this connection. That's the connection that needs to happen, right? Let's see. Alright, so it appears to be working a little bit better. Let's see how fast the corn fills up. I'm a little curious about that. Okay, so it's going good. Our corn is still making it here, right? It is. So we have this connection now, right? We actually have so much water coming in that it's traveling back. So the well is supplying the fields as well. Interesting. Okay, so we're getting closer and closer to defeating the boss, and while we're doing this, we're stocking some good cash money. It's going to help us in the next phase, of course. Let's see, so how are we doing for salts? Salt's pretty good, but we can add a few more salt deposits. So yeah, this game can get really tight really quick, right? I mean, as you're seeing here, got a lot going on in just this little zone right here. Let's throw that right there. Get another one of those, and we can actually buff up these farmers as well. Get some more tomatoes. And let's see, I think we can go ahead and eliminate this. We can put the tomato seeds there, and we can make this connection. Boom. All right, looking good there. So now these should all grow, and the boss is defeated, my friends. The boss is defeated. And the new island is $6,000 now. So now we have this kind of awkward kitchen operation going on here. And what you'll see happen is, so now we will get these offers, right? And sometimes the offer will be for one of the dishes that you can actually make. Now, I personally think that we have to reimagine this for sure. And maybe we can do it with a little more landmass. But I don't think there's really anything of value here, especially with this. The salt kind of knifing through our colony here isn't great. Maybe if we expand, we can get another island that provides salt, and we can get it right over here. And that would be a great spot to just, inject salt into the colony that has the corn, right? And then we can more steadily make the boiled corn. But you'll see. So once this timer gets to 0, there will be an offer, and it actually sells pretty well in my experience. You can actually get a pretty decent sale for the cooked meals. So 480, you see there? So it actually is pretty strong, and it's probably worth it, but it's only around for a minute, and you see that it takes some time to create, right? So let's see. We did invest in it. I think, like I said, we got to put this on the back burner for now. But let's go ahead and get another island here. And looks like we have some carrots. So the grassland. So you can place salt on this island. Pumpkin, increased harvest of this vegetable on nearby islands. Okay. So we don't have any pumpkins, but that's interesting. It's like a debuff effect. All wells produce more water. Okay. This modifier works on islands placed south from this island. Okay. So that's that arrow here. We obviously get the carrot seeds, water bridge. So that's what we were kind of lacking to really make our operation a little more efficient, right? We didn't have the water bridge. We can get it here. Farm more. All farmers in range harvest much more veggies. We have the multi-click faster. Lowers cooldown of all multi-clickers in range. That's kind of tempting as well, given what we have going on right here. Seems like a good one. We have the desert land. Adds one or more existing veggie harvest modifiers on this island. Okay. Market performance. All market sells veggies for 50% higher price. This modifier works on islands placed south from this island here. So we have one marketplace. This would be a strong one to get north of this island here. But of course, the salts, we'd have the same general problem trying to get the salt through. So something to think about, I suppose. We get olives. Another multi-click faster price sensor. Produces signal depending on the veggie market pricing. Okay, one-way road. Yeah, see, this is where it starts getting a little more complicated. And then let's look. So, this is a debuff. This is a farming debuff. You can get sand, though. Okay, so this is actually a pretty poor one to go with. So let's see here, my friends. I mean, I think you have to go with this one. And I think you have to place it, like, up here. What if we do something like this? We're going to probably have to change our corn harvest layout just a little bit. We probably will. So let's do this. And now, this island is going to be buffed. Yeah, so all markets sell veggies for 50% higher price, which is pretty insane, actually. So now we can be a little more stingy, right? We can make sure that we're selling at top dollar. Alright, so we have these black cats here. My guess is when you buy another island, it's going to be another boss fight. But what do we need? So if we were going to set up a steamed corn operation, I suppose we can do that. We could actually do that. I mean, you can get another marketplace too, right? But this is going to be a much more fluid operation here. So let's move these up and let's see if we can't get something set up here. In fact, we can move our salt mines up as well. So let's move this stuff up here and let's determine what we need and what we don't. We have access to water right here. I think we're going to be able to set up a much more efficient operation here. So let's do it. We're making some cash. Got the portable wells rolling. Let's go. All right, so kitchen. Yes. So let's do the kitchen. If we put a marketplace right here, right? Let's see, is there a connection going on? There is. So let's eliminate this connection. Don't want that selling. We want to be selling high on this island here, of course, as we'll get this gold. And ultimately, what do we want? Well, we want the kitchen selling to the marketplace. And we want this boiler, of course, to connect to the water, connect to the kitchen. Then I think what we have to do is, and this is of course only going to sell when it's available, so price sensor. So there's another one that you can get that detects when a certain dish is being requested, right? And then it will toggle it on, which is kind of what you want, because otherwise this is going to be producing just routinely, even when the boiled corn isn't the offering that's being sought after. Which isn't good, because then we're wasting corn that we could be selling for another price. But This is definitely a more efficient operation. Look, 525 is the sell price there. So we are making it, and it's going to be sold right here for a decent value. So let's... I mean, we basically just changed up operations here, right? It's a different looking operation. It doesn't knife through our main colony. It's more out of the way, and it works. So here we go. Getting everything we need. Get some more corn here. Let's go. All right. Boom, there we go. Got a bunch more cash money right there. Perfect. And then I think what we can do is eventually... You'd want to get like a logic switch set up there to make sure you're only producing the boiled corn when it's being requested, right? So it's going to continue to produce. So that's the call out. I think maybe we had this in place a little bit too early, but that's okay. Other way, what we want certainly is some more olives. Well, not some more olives, just some olives in general, right? And I can just safely delete those. So let's go ahead and get some olives. And why don't we do something like this? Olive seed, you bet. Let's get a bunch of these bad boys going. Whoops. Alright, so these are looking good. Let's get the water connected for sure. I think we can probably... So we still don't have the water bridge, do we? It's going to be boiled water. I think maybe it's probably wise to do something like this. Alright, so let's get this water node. Let's do this. Are these connected up? They are. Okay, and then we need a bridge in place here. We need storage. And then we need one of these price switches. Whoops. Don't place two of them. And then let's do olives. Sell high. And then just like that. There we go. Alright, so we are... Boiled corn is on the menu here today, but... We're going to have to do something like this. And you can use these bridges to connect resources like salt. Right? And then we can connect this to the water node. Should work just fine. Maybe not super efficient, but it's decent. We'll take it. Let's get some farmer buffs as well, so they can support multiple fields. Multi-click faster. Okay, so you can just manually pump this thing up. I guess that's the way to get some water, right? Definitely. And then we would just continue on in this fashion, get this island. And the island will, like I said, probably introduce a new boss. And that new boss will need a new meal that you have to set up a production chain around, of course. But I think you get the basics. I think you get the gist of this game called Node Farm. And like I said, I thought it was a fitting game for the channel given how much everybody in the community really likes the farm roguelikes. This is, of course, only the demo version of the game here, my friends. So a lot more to come, I'm sure. A lot more to change. If we look at the screen here, the title screen, right? So about the demo version, for now, only the roguelike mode is available, but the full version will include meta progression, which is awesome, right? I think there's an interesting potential for meta progression as well. Controller and Steam Deck support, more languages, sandbox mode, more content, mod support even, and then online co-op, which is certainly interesting. But yeah, I think I'm going to call this a video here, though. I did want to, just showcase Node Farm. It's a fun little game. Definitely a cozy experience. It might seem like there's high pressure and high leverage situations, but it's not really that way. It's basically if you make a poor connection, you just kind of leave money on the table. Obviously, if you're a min-maxer, right, you're not going to want to do that, but it's not really as stressful as it may seem. It's really not. It's more of a cozy game. It's a lot more in that kind of cozy category. There's nothing that you're working against necessarily, right? There's no timer, there's no rents, nothing like that. So definitely an interesting game. A lot of fun. One to keep your eyes on for sure, especially if you're into the farm roguelikes. So with that said, my friends, I think I'm going to end the video here. You can check out the game for yourself. Link in the video description, of course. Join the Discord, link in the video description. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. It'll help a small channel grow, right? Give the video a like as well if you want to see maybe some more of this Node Farm. We can just continue on with this file, right? And giving the video a like signals to me that you're liking the game and you want to see more of it. You can also let me know in the comment section. But anyways, my friends, I'm getting on out of here. Thanks again so much. We'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.